This video proves how long I've actually been making content for. Today I'm looking at Star Conflict, a game I played on my first ever YouTube channel 8 years ago. For those who can't process the maths, that was back in 2013. Some of you probably couldn't even walk in 2013. Now that I've made myself feel really old, you can hit that subscribbly wibbly button, and whilst you're there, why not turn on the notifications and leave this video a like. All your support helps me make this content and feeds my huge ego. Now, you will be forgiven if you haven't heard of Star Conflict, but I can guarantee that most people would have heard about Crossout. What's the connection, I hear you say? Well, for those of you with superior intellect, you may already know that Crossout is made by Targem Games, and so is Star Conflict. That's right, both these games go pew pew, but only one of them goes pew pew in space. The first thing I'd like to address about Star Conflict is, for its age, it looks pretty good. I wouldn't moan about the graphics if this game came out today. It held up really well, and personally I really like the way the game looks. The system requirements for this game are surprisingly low, so even an overclocked potato should be able to run it. Just a note, I haven't actually tried running it on an overclocked potato because that would be potato cruelty. It's not a crime yet, but I'm well on my way to making it one. Now back to the game. Star Conflict has 3 main modes to play. Skirmish, which pits you against AI with a team of hopefully better players. PvP Arena, which is a PvP arena. I'm not going to describe what PvP arena is, and I'm also going to stop saying PvP arena. And finally, random mission, which puts you in a random mission. I know this game is about space, but this isn't rocket science. Apart from the main game modes and a few others I didn't touch upon, there's also an open space area, but we don't talk about open space here because not much happens apart from shooting shit and collecting stuff. If you want to know more about the nitty-gritty bits of Star Conflict, there are plenty of guides on YouTube. I'm not here to hold your hand. One thing that annoys me about Star Conflict is the fact that you have to wait until you're level 4 until you can play in any PvP matches. This may not bother some people, but I would have personally liked to jump straight into some PvP. Admittedly, it doesn't take long to reach level 4, so this was more of a minor inconvenience than a game-breaking problem. On the other hand, I can see why they've done this, as playing the PvE modes essentially teaches you how to play the game, so that you don't immediately crash on your first PvP match, which would be really embarrassing. Choosing the right upgrades to your ship can be a bit hit or miss, but the in-game currency is rather easy to get, so you can afford to try things out for the first time. So, is Star Conflict worth playing? Well, yes and no. Hear me out on this one, because I'm not just being a for the sake of being a Star Conflict is fun. It has plenty to do, and for those that like grinding, there's nothing more satisfying than unlocking a new ship after putting in all that hard work. But Star Conflict does have a small community, and the fact the game is now considered old, I don't think the community will grow anymore. If you think this is the sort of game you'd like to play, then play it sooner rather than later, because it won't be around forever. If I had to rate Star Conflict, I'd give it 7 baked potatoes out of 10. It's a great game, but unfortunately is starting to show its age with the diminishing player base. What's your opinion on Star Conflict? Do you think it's any good, or do you think we should kick it out into the empty voids of space to die? Leave me a comment down below. I'm off to have some tea and crumpets, pip pip and all that good